Hi guys, Tom, Campervan Camper Furniture here. Just going to do a quick tour of nearly finished our 6.1 hire van slash demo van slash fun van. So it's based on the Highline spec on a transporter short wheelbase Kombi with LED front lights, and then we've got the fabulous Transporter HQ front headlights as well as the fuel alloys by here. So a very off-road, rugged, hard-wearing look. Again, sticking with the theme, as you can tell, Transporter HQ badgeless grille that we then custom 3D print these letterings to give you a bit of a vintage, bit of a modern, just a little bit different. But the beauty being 3D printed, we can do them in any colour and any sort of text, really. So what we've done is, of course, had fitted the Skyline pop top, scenic canvas, bit of blue accents on that one. Fiamma F45S wind out awning on the side. So it's now got plenty of shelter, plenty of room, and it's always nice with the awnings. It is a lot of money, but it's a simple case of unwinding it and you're doubling the size of your van. So we really, really love these awnings. But I say it's not for everybody's budget, but you get driveway awnings, things like that, anything to just be able to dump all your bits and bobs out is ideal. So yeah, just inside, standard carpet line, nothing fancy yet. Still a work in progress on this one. So this is going to be a twofold hire van. First of which is a Kombi to highlight the furniture, the conversions that we do on Kombis, and they can actually be proper camper vans, which is often a misconception. People are like, oh, Kombi, I can only have 3 seats, or I've got to have a rock and roll bed. A Kombi makes a terrific camper van with the right setup. So that's why we've done this one, is for people to try it before they buy it and see what they do and don't like about it and what they would change. And then we've got a modular system. So as you can see, we've got the captain seats on this one, so the 2 single seats. This one then be hired as a 2-seater camper in the rear, where we can bolt in the U-shape system, and we'll be doing a bolt-in system for the L-shape bed and full-length kitchen. So it's going to be a good base for us to put a bit of anything on this sort of setup. So yeah, keep an eye out for that in the new year then. So this will be the base van and modular system, so you can have Kombi setup as we've got now. It'll have a U-shape that'll just drop in, so depending on each booking we'll be changing the furniture setup to suit. But we are a big fan of the Kombi system because, of course, you've got VW's factory seats, Isofix on the rear, and they're all where they should be. On part of the conversion on the inside then, you got the van shades blind system. So this is the new X-style system, which finishes off the conversion in an almost perfect matching, not when the sunlight shining on it, right? Blue cloth as well. So that's thermal and blackout, and then we've got the screen wrap coming for the front windscreen, and then you're ready to go as a 5-seater, 5 berth, probably 4. 5 would be quite cosy. So yeah, Kombi up front. Got the Fiamma wind-up awning, bed up top as well, scenic canvas, so if we do have nice weather, can unzip that. Of course, it's going to be run with power bank. We haven't decided which one yet, whether we're going to go down the Clayton line or stick with our Fozzie bots. They both have their pros and cons. Again, not all finished yet, so we haven't got our lighting and things in there, but we are, of course, showing off our accent panels that we've got either side. Excuse me, great little storage, phones, any bits and bobs, and they just lighten up the van a bit better than the boring standard bit of ply. And as you've already seen that I've just scanned past, our mountain range setup. So we love this setup. We blow our own trumpet, of course, about this setup, but it's just so utilitarian. It fixes to the floor. So as you can see, we driving away from a new car dealership, used car dealership, a Kombi, 5 seats, 6 seats up front. You got your factory rubber flooring down here, and it just bolts in to your original lashing points here. So you've got 2 on either side, front and rear, and that's great. You know, you've immediately got bench seating in the back, nice little table. You can go out for picnics and everything else. But also, we fold down your double Kombi and your single seat out of the way, fold over our lid system, which then fills in the centre, and you've got a full-length bed. So you've actually got a bigger bed than you would with a rock and roll. Full width when you move everything down and out of the way. For the purpose of the video, we'll use imagination and probably insert a couple of other pictures of one's done around the place here. And you've got your double bed up top in the Westdubs. Coming back then, you've got your table set up, so coffees. So you started doing these as well. You'll see on a lot of our recent builds, coffee cup. So the table itself is fantastic. But what we noticed with it is it's got a demise in its strengths. So everybody was leaving everything on there. When you go to get up, you push everything out of the way, but there's always that one cup of tea that you thought was empty and it wasn't, and then that falls, goes over your cushions or whatever. So it's always the pop and the bottles. So 2 little routed out bits, but they're just little things, massive difference. So that's our 360 table. It swivels here, there, everywhere, and height adjustable. So it's so practical. Now, so you've got storage under all of this side, and that folds over to make your bed, away to go. Now, the beauty. So this is our mountain drawer, as we call it. It's also available as part of the full van conversion, where we do a kitchen unit all the way up and away to go. And as we've seen our previous photos, again, which I put here and here, we do a pull-out drawer system, which we like to call our outdoor kitchen. Of course, there are many people out there that say you can't cook outside, or if it's raining, this, that and the other. But if you're going camping, you're either going to get wet or you book a hotel room if you want to avoid the rain. So it's going to happen inevitably. Of course, having the tailgate initially makes it the perfect one, but even a barn door with a tent coming over the 2 doors, you know, there's a way and a means around everything. If you want to, of course, it's not for everybody, we know that. But what we wanted was a real fridge, and we also wanted somewhere to cook. So with this now, we've got the Alpicool G22, so it's an actual compressor fridge. This goes to 0, will stay at 0, and will run off a 12-volt cigarette socket or your leisure battery system. Then we've got this, so I may have put the camera down to show you. This is just been installed today, just a quick prototype, but normally you'll have your Cadak gas hob by here, a little pop-out oak drawer, and then storage underneath by here. But what we've toyed with is this little beauty. So if I put this on top of it, which again, we're going through a design change on the mountain drawer, so this will eventually fit. You can now probably tell what it is. So I'm going to pop this camera down, and hopefully you can see me pulling it out. So if I just do that now quickly, set the camera up a little bit higher, you can see me pulling this bad boy out. So when we lift him out, it's quite a weight on this one. Oh, you're still with us? Just about. And I'll drop this down on the floor and open this up, hopefully in view by here. So, I say, what I was saying, the main job description of the mountain drawer was fridge, cooker, storage, away to go. Enter the Tentbox Kitchenbox. Kitchenbox. Wow, we had it today, and I ran with the idea of I'll make it fit somehow into our Kombi van, but lo and behold, it fits like a glove. So it replaces the Cadak shelf and the oak chopping drawer. So of course, we will need to make changes to the drawer layout, but our existing customers, and it's always a big concern for us, is we're not showing, oh wow, amazing new products that our existing customers can't benefit from or have to come all the way back to us, because obviously we have you from all over the country and abroad, which is great. Have to come back to us for a new panel, a new this, that, the other. Yeah, of course, there will be a couple of holes there, so we can source another panel and send it out, even with a kitchen box if you need to. But it fits straight in, so no alterations needed in any of the Kombi setup. So I'll just pop this by here for a second, so you can see me hopefully not make too much of a fool of myself opening it up, and probably not going to be able to see me do this, so I'll step a bit further back. We've made some alterations to the box, so I've had to take the feet and the wheels off the bottom to get that height. So I'll show you in a second how close it is to the floor when we're opening them up. But you just simply open up this side. There are other YouTube tutorials that'll probably open this a lot more delicately than I will. But essentially, pull that out, legs come out, and you got your kitchen box. But it's got more. So if I turn it this way, it's your whole kitchen unit in one. So you've got gas hob, prep table, and that little leg comes out then. Oop, to hold it all up in the air. Pop that out of the way for a minute. So you've got your little gas receiver, but this is also removable, just like so. So you can put this elsewhere, and that's what we're going to use as our hob in our van. That goes there, locks back in. Everything is very well thought out, very well engineered, and dual purpose, which is what we're all about. You know, if you've got a big box for all of your utensils, pots, pans, and you've got some salt and pepper and oil holder all in there, and on top of that, 2 little foldaway stools. I'd say there's many other options on the market, don't get me wrong, but what we love about this setup is it's all ready to rock and roll. So you just jump in the van and away to go. You can leave this, and that's why we love, this gives the beautiful head cam as well. Try and get as much footage as we can. So with this setup now, you've got your gas burner, you've got your box system, kitchen box, 2 seats, and away to go. So I reckon this would look absolutely stunning under your lovely new awning, of course, or just maximising that space around you. As much as we love cooking on the pull-out drawer, that is the ideal cooking height. So I think our rendition of this will have some sort of extra lid holder for what is their holder, which will sort of sit by here when you're not using the hob. I know we can go that way, but obviously everything is like this stainless steel coated, or aluminium coated, should I say, not stainless steel. Couple of little bits and bobs that I don't yet know where everything go, but I would assume this is where your pots and pans are going to go. But you know, you got a little chopping board included, you got a little wind deflector included. We're not here to sell you any products. There are so many products on the market, so I don't want it to sound like a sales speech. It's just something I've come across, and I thought, actually, if that fits where the Cadac would go, because, you know, the Cadac setup, you're talking 150, 200 quid for a nice setup with pots and pans and all the other bits and bobs. Whereas this, yeah, it's 500 quid. It is a lot more, but, you know, if you're trying to justify itself, you've got your seats, you've got your table, you've got a whole host of little things that go with it as well. And then let's just pop in back out of the way, like so, and then we'll worry about the deck chairs later. About that, and we'll pop our little box just back for that. But I just want to show you is me folding it away. Again, you're probably not gonna balance with me. Oh, you are. Cool. So what I've learned to do is flip upside down, one leg in. That's the only trouble with it, is these 2 legs could do with being held in place when you close them all the way, so they don't actually like clip shut. So yeah, we'll have to YouTube that. I'm sure somebody else has done a cracking video of how to open it and close it within 2 seconds, but we'll make it as pretty as we can. One there and one there. But the main goal for us, and the main reason for the video today showing you around it, is it just simply drops in like so. So flick that out of the way and down. Slight caveat, we're not ones for saying lies or anything, but on this one we do have to take the chopping board out. It is that close a fit, so that now lives behind there. And watch this go in. Oof, that's a close one. So there it is. Probably babbled on way too much. Quick tour of our new hire van. Not that we're replacing our crafty crafter. You all love taking that on nice little trips and adventures. That's for the bigger, obviously bigger van, more effort, more planning involved. These type of vans, we just think they're great. Obviously I use one as a daily demo to show and use, and suits our lifestyle. You know, we just go for a spin. You don't know when you're gonna camp out or just eat out or just eat the chips in the back. So not always has to be a bit of a faff, but still makes your van the van you bought. So let's say 4 bolts, whole system can just live in your garage if you wanted that whole van, but realistically you just drive around with it all in your boot, and that's then ready to rock and roll whenever you're ready to go camping. So sorry for the long video, but yeah, hopefully that's answered some of your questions, and if you've got any more questions, you know where we are. Give us a shout.